What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite shit talking squirrel back for the YouTube video. So we got a bond hearing today in Judge Manning's court. Things get a little bit hairy, so we will just jump right into it, shall we? Let's get this.
So do we have Keno Bell? Gotta wave your hand the best you can if you're Keno. All right. Okay, we got position 8, Bostic Keno Bell, 23 CP 217148, 96 days without indictment, no bond as of March the 24th for possession, manufacture, distribution, synthetic cannabis, synthetic marijuana with intent to distribute, VGCSA, possession of controlled substance in Schedule 1 or 2 with intent to distribute. Also, position 9, 23 CP 217149, 96 days without indictment, no bond as of March the 24th, criminal damage to property, arson in the first degree. Pre-trial.
11 prior arrests on probation, 2 separate cases in the same day. Cocaine with intent, Schedule 1 or 2 with intent, Schedule 4 with intent, marijuana with intent, 1 case. Other cases, marijuana with intent, firearm with intent. Sentence 110-19, 3 years confinement, 7 years probation. Nothing further.
All right. Do we have the lawyer here for Mr. Bell?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ben Githier here on behalf of Mr. Bell.
All right, there you go. All right, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Keno Bell has been in custody since March 23rd, 2023 without a bond. It's been over 90 days since he's been confined in the dangerous and violent Fulton County Jail. Your Honor, Keno checks all the boxes as far as meeting the requirements laid out by the U.S. Supreme Court in the Ayala decision. All of his ties are here in the Atlanta area, his place of birth, where he's lived for the past 32 years. He attended Thurl High School. After high school, he returned back to the community, began working at various warehouse jobs. Keno's never been afraid of working, held numerous jobs over the years, including acting as the doorman for Touch Up Profession Beauty Salon. Judge, I've been told that he can return to work at the salon should he be granted a reasonable bond and be able to post that bond. He'll also be able to return his family, which consists of his 2 children, aged 10 and 15. Unfortunately, he missed the end of this school year. He's an active participant. He helps out with homework, make sure they have food for the next day. And again, he is the main supportive income for his family. So it's been eating him up that he wasn't able to be there for the end of the school year, but he's hopeful he'll be able to at least be able to return home and sustain the basic necessities for them, food, clothing, and shelter, not only throughout the summer, but again, when the next school year begins. Judge, he's not a flight risk. He's not likely to reoffend. There's no witnesses that he will intimidate, and there's it's our position that he's no likelihood to reoffend. For those reasons, Judge, I would ask that you set a bond on these on both cases. We'd be asking for a bond in the amount of $20,000 on each one. That's kind of a high request. However, I don't want to insult the court by asking for a lower amount that I think would be reasonable. So that would be our request to the court today.
All right, so it's alleged 41 grams of oxy and 800 grams of marijuana and setting fire to a car. That's what we're saying. Miss Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. For position number 23 CP 217148, that's position number 8. For the purchase, possession, manufacture, synthetic cannabis charge, state was recommending $7,500. For the VGCSA, possession of controlled substance in Schedule 1 or 2 with intent to distribute, state is recommending $15,000. For position number 9, 23 CP 217149, for the criminal damage to property, state is recommending $2,500. For the arson in the first degree, state is recommending $45,000. And I didn't add up for the total.
Okay. All right. So on position 8, ending in 7148, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 1683 Lakewood Avenue. You're going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working, and basic life necessities. That ankle monitor will be paid for by the county. So I got 7,500 count 1, 12,000 count 2, 7,500, 12,000. And we got on position 9, ending in 7149. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 342 Triumph Circle Southeast. No further contact with anyone. Roteich, Roteich, Robinson. Rotiak Robinson, you have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, the exact location you're going to be working. Also, basic life necessities. 2,000 count one, 25,000 count two. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth. Thank you, counsel. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good one.
All right.
Well, so there you go. You'd think that this is where our story would end. Mr. Bell would go to turn his life around, get back to work, go back to taking care of that family his lawyer claims he is so desperate to get back to. Remember? Remember how he said just mere seconds ago how he was so sad that he was there to miss the end of his baby's school year?
Oh, poor baby.
Except shortly after, and I mean, this had to have been mere seconds, if not minutes after being provided bond, Mr. Bell would find himself in just a wee little bit of trouble yet again. Let's jump ahead to about an hour and a half or so, where the good judge herself has to now become aware of this problem.
I think.
Hey, Mr. Guthrie, sorry to get you back in here, but Miss Washington had something she wanted to bring up with you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. It's on the Bell case.
Yes, Your Honor. It's in regards to 23 CP 217149. The victim in this case, Ms. Roteach Robinson. I was notified as soon as the defendant received a bond, Ms. Felisa Kelly, who is logged onto the Zoom. She is a witness in this case. She is also the victim's daughter. As soon as the defendant received a bond, she did receive threatening messages from the defendant's family members, including the defendant's cousin and also his brother. She is logged onto the Zoom, and I have asked her if she can just provide a brief statement to the court in regards to these threats. And the state is requesting that the bond be upped. This will turn into a DV case. Ms. Felisa Kelly does have, she shares children with the defendant in this case. And we anticipate more warrants being added after speaking with Ms. Kelly today in regards to arson and criminal damage to property that also belong to Ms. Kelly. Ms. Kelly, can you turn on your camera, and can you turn on your camera as well?
It's not letting me turn the camera on.
It says it's on. You gotta, because if I hit stop video to do that, but you gotta turn it on. I'm asking you to turn it on.
It says the host has to be asked.
No, I just asked you. I just hit start video. I just hit the button, says start video.
Okay.
It's still a black screen though, so something's blocking your screen.
Settings. I'm going to my settings right now.
Anything for you, Mr. Cathias? Sorry, I know you're probably headed to dinner or have some fun, more fun than this. So do you want to say anything while Miss Kelly's trying to get hooked up to video?
I do. I believe that she stated that they have a child together. I do not believe that they do. I believe she's expectant with his child. I have had communications with Miss Kelly. She indicated to me prior to the bond hearing that she would object
she's
to
joining
bond.
from another device. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. She did indicate to me that she would object to bond being granted due to difficulties and communication she's had with the family, but nothing has come from Mr. Bell himself. I'm curious as to what charges could be added since he's in custody now, that the state was referring to. Other than that, I'd be more than willing to listen to Ms. Kelly. Of course, I'd ask that she be subject to cross-examination as well, Judge.
Of course, Miss Kelly, if you could raise your right hand. You swear a firm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, Miss Washington.
Yes, Ms. Kelly, can you please state your full name for the record?
Felisa Kelly.
And Ms. Kelly, what is your relationship to Mr. Keno Bell?
He's my son's father.
Okay. And how old is your child?
5.
He's 5 years old. All right. And what is also your relationship to Ms. Roteach Robinson?
That's my mother.
That's your mother? Okay. And we're here for 23 CP 217149. It's in regards to an arson first degree, criminal damage second degree. Are you aware of the facts of that case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We spoke earlier today, and in regards to the bond hearing, have you received communication from the defendant's family members?
Yes. My mom, one of her friends sent it to, they called her, and then someone called me, and then they sent me a screen recorder of his family members. As soon as you all gave him the bond, they posted and said that, you know, he getting the bond, he back and all this and that. And then his brother, I don't even know his name, Bo, he is on there like, yeah, if it was about the money, he would have been out, police aid, all type of stuff. He's saying all type of stuff. I got the screen recording in my phone right now, but soon as y'all gave him the bond, you know what I'm saying? They had so much to say, all the sending all the threats and stuff. And then I got into it with the brother the other day, and he called me a police ass bitch and all this type of stuff. I got those screenshots and stuff as well in my phone. It's just too much because it's ongoing for no reason.
Okay, and just to backtrack, you said you got into it with the brother. Which brother?
The one who just made the post today.
Okay, and that's the defendant's brother?
Right. His name is Theo.
Theo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and can you just recite the part when you got into it with them? Around what day was that? Was that the last few days or a week ago?
This was like yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
Day before yesterday.
And what was the nature of the things that he said to you in regards to this case?
So it's something happened on Instagram, and he made a comment about it, and everybody was commenting about it, and then me and him got into it because it was a picture of me that somebody posted on Instagram, and he was like, "Oh, police asshole, that and the third. You know, I ain't never been," he was like, "You know, I ain't never been no bitch and all this, that, and the third or whatever." But like I said, today, once you all gave him the bond, and I was trying to get on the Zoom, but it kept knocking me out. But my cousin was on the Zoom, and it kept muting her when she was trying to speak and let it be known that I was trying to get into the Zoom. And that's when we got the phone calls that they was making all these, you know, threats and stuff like that. If it was about the money, yeah, he on the way, that little bun ain't nothing, and this, that, and the third. When I could have spoke from the beginning and was, you know, let y'all know what was going on before he even got the bond.
Okay. And has anybody else from the defendant's family contacted you?
His cousin, Ra.
Okay. And can you describe to the court the nature of that contact? Was it Ralph, R-A-L-P-H?
R-A. Her name is Ra, Rakisha Bibbs.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And what was the nature of your communication with Rakisha Bibbs?
Basically, she just she's just in our business, the business with me and Mr. Bell, and it has nothing to do with her. So anything that has anything to do with him, she just keeps speaking on it and want to argue with me, do all type of stuff like that.
Okay.
And she called me a police ass bitch too. She called me and my got into it with her. And to be honest, this was a couple of days ago as well. This was last Wednesday, we got into it with her. And, you know, basically because of the behalf of her cousin.
With this communication, do you feel threatened?
Yes, I do.
To your knowledge, has anybody reached out to your mother, Ms. Robinson?
Who talked to mom?
No, nobody reached out since the case. Nobody.
Oh, is she talking about like the police? Oh, no one reached out to us and told us anything about court today.
Sorry, as far as third parties from the defendant's family, his cousin, brother, anybody reach out to your mother in a threatening way?
My sister said, this is my sister right here. She said,
Objection to
Okay.
objection
Okay.
to what your sister said.
Just to your knowledge, Ms. Kelly.
right, she spoke to the brother one time.
To your knowledge, which brothers? Is that Theo?
The same one who talking stuff.
Okay. And your mother, she's not in the car.
No, she's not.
Okay. Okay. But just to clarify, do you feel threatened in regards to the communication?
Very much. I do. I really do.
Your Honor, that's off right now.
All right. You have questions for her?
I definitely do, Your Honor. I appreciate it. Ms. Kelly, I'm just gonna ask questions. If you can answer them yes or no, or to the best of your knowledge, we can make this as quick as possible. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
That's a question.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Now you indicated that. So what I just want to get clarification because the state is saying that someone reached out to you all. Let me just make it clear. I just want to get clarification for the judge. No one has called you or any of your family members regarding.
Let me look.
Say that again.
I had a private call the other morning, speaking on the behalf.
From whom?
But I left it alone. Because like I said, they start doing all this once I let it be known.
Wait, Miss Kelly. The way this works is I ask questions and then you answer. So the question was, who was it that reached out to you? You said a couple days ago.
The brother.
Okay, he called you on the phone, or you saw something he posted?
Yeah, it was post on Instagram. Direct message.
They'll talk over each other. Let him ask a
Okay.
question.
So on Instagram, post on Instagram from his brother, but that wasn't a post that was dropped into your direct message, was it?
Yes, it was. It's in my DM. I can show y'all right now.
So so it wasn't a post then. So you're saying there was a picture of you on Instagram, and then based on that, he sent you a direct message?
He wrote on the post, and then I had asked him a question, which I thought we was okay. And when I asked him a question, he just went to going off, and he was like, "You a police ass bitch," and all type of stuff. Went to speaking on my brother being deceased, knowing about whoever's, killed my brother and all that.
So there was a post on Instagram. He mentioned something on that post. Is that correct?
Correct.
You then reached out to him. That means you sent him a DM. Is that correct?
Correct.
And he responded to your reaching out to him and said that you are a police, whatever, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You said that. Say that again.
He's only saying this because now the family is mad because a week ago I told the mom that I was gonna, be trying to figure out how to get on the Zoom to go to court or whatever. So the family has been mad ever since then. Oh, the bitch don't know if she want to recant what she said.
Right,
the hoe don't know if she want to.
Right, Miss Kelly. Right. Miss Kelly, remember I asked the questions and then you respond to them. Okay. So my next question is: you indicated that I want to get clarification. Did anyone give your mother a call?
He didn't give her a call. She saw him.
Okay, that answers that question. Thank you. Did anyone give your sister a call?
Ra, the cousin.
Okay. Now, Ra and y'all have some kind of a relationship. You all know each other prior to, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Is that correct?
That's my son's cousin. It's Mr. Bell's cousin.
Okay, all right. Now, this is what you testified earlier. You said that they called you, forgive my language, Your Honor, a police asshole, a police ass bitch. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that was something that was posted through the DM in response to you and them going back and forth. Is that correct?
It was in response to me telling them that I was going to go to court on Mr. Bell's court on the 26th.
And today, after he was granted a bond, there was more posts on Instagram from his family members. Is that correct?
Correct. In private calls. I have it right here in my phone right now. The brother screaming and hollering all on the Instagram. Yeah, bitch. If it was about the money, he would have been home. Yeah, you can't come to Lakewood. All type of stuff on Instagram. I got it screen recorded right now.
Okay. All right. Nothing further.
All right. Anything else for the state, Ms. Washington?
No, Your Honor, just argument.
All right. Any argument? Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly. The state is asking that the bond be up to at least $1 million. The Ms. Kelly just testified that she has received private calls after this defendant did receive a bond in this case. This is a case that involves her mother, but she does share a child with the defendant. She has received communication from at least the defendant's brother, Theo, stemming from a post that she posted on Instagram and that he responded, and it's my understanding, as a comment under that post. And from there, it was a chain of direct messages where the victim, or the witness in this case, was called out of her name, involving her cooperation with the police. And that would be involving this case. Lastly, she has also had contact by the defendant's cousin, Rakisha, I'll just say Ra, who has been calling her phone, who has also been threatening her, and who also has, and I'm making this wrong, but she has also contacted the victim in this case when she saw her out. And that may be Ra or Theo, but they did have exchanged words with the victim in this case. Your Honor, and that would be a direct threat to intimidate victims and witnesses in this case by third parties of the defendant. The defendant is in jail. However, we have his cousins, his brothers reaching out on social media and also in person with the family of Ms. Felisa Kelly and also Ms. Rotich Robinson. So we're asking that at this time for the all effective threat to the victim and witnesses in this case and intimidating them, that the bond be up to at least $1 million.
All right, Mr. Gathia.
$1 million, Judge? $1 million. Wow. Your Honor, you heard what I just heard. It appears that the alleged threats was that she was called a police asshole, a police ass bitch. I didn't hear any, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you. And it sounds like this was back and forth, Judge. She indicated I reached out to them and then we went back and forth. I was on the phone with them and we went back and forth. It sounds like some, unfortunately, what is going to be an extended family is an extended family going back and forth, Judge. I don't think this gives level to the rise of a threat. I think that Ms. Kelly is trying to use the state to circumvent the constitutional rights that Mr. Bell is entitled to, which is the fact he's entitled to a bond. He meets all of the conditions of the bond. Mr. Kelly has not done anything to threaten or to even begin the process, I guess, of arguing, which is what this is, with Miss Kelly. He's in custody. It sounds like she's going online. Her family members are going online, seeing what's being posted, and they're having issues with that. And then they're engaging with the people that posted it. You can't get into an argument and then scream victim and then use that as an excuse to prevent someone who's not been convicted of any crime, Judge, to be remanded to stay in jail. Bond is not meant to be an instrument to force a plea or to punish somebody prior to an actual finding of guilt has been made. He's eligible for bond. I'd ask that it remain undisturbed. The fact that $1 million bond is being asked, Judge, raises the hairs on my neck. I hope it does it to you and anyone else listening on this call. This is about justice. The purpose of prosecution is to administer justice, not to use the system to keep someone in jail for whatever reason. Judge, I'd ask that Your Honor, take into consideration the evidence that was presented in this case, the alleged words that were used that she is now claiming were a threat, and remain the bond as it is, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Hunter, we'll add no social media to that. And Ms. Kelly, what I'll do is that I also do TPOs and stuff like that. So if you and your mother or whoever's getting borrowed want to come by and apply for a TPO, we will address that tomorrow. Just come up to the 8th floor on the 130. So it's above Miss Washington's office on the 8th floor, that same building as her office. On the 8th floor, if you come up there, you can apply for protective orders, you, your mom, whoever.
So the bond stays at what the bond is.
Well, I bet so no social media. I mean, I see what he's doing. And also we'll add no contact through third parties. Ms. Washington just said she's going to add more charges. I don't know that he's going to get this bond, but also I'm just telling you, come by the office, apply for your protective orders. And if he contacts you or somebody else contacts you, if they contact you again, then, you know, that could add up to aggravated stalking.
So the bond is, I mean, it's crazy because no one in my family was notified about this, but every person in his family was notified and all of his family was on the Zoom today.
I didn't hear from anybody except for the lawyers.
Right. But you know how you can see all of his family was on the Zoom today. So by the time we can get on the Zoom,
Mom on the phone.
Is there a way my mama can log into the Zoom? Because she wants to speak.
Well, is she in the car there with you?
No, she's on the phone, but she want to speak on the Zoom. Mom, you might can't do it like that, but go ahead.
I guess Miss Clark, did they not get sent a Zoom link?
We did not. I had to do all of my own research.
Go to the courthouse Friday to get it.
Nobody notified us of anything.
Well, statutorily he has to get a bond. So he's got 7,500, 12,000, and then 30,000 and 2,500.
That's a cheap bond. He can pay that in a blink of an eye. And then you said I can get a TPO. What can a TPO do for me?
And Ms. Kelly, the victim advocate will reach out to you as soon as the court is over.
He's got to make $52,000 bond. Does he have $5,300?
He has more than $5,300.
Okay, well, you got more than me. So, but I mean, yeah, I had to go based on his criminal history. But if you go, like I said, go to the 8th floor, reach out to that victim's advocate, they'll do that. Miss Hunter, if you just add no social media and include, make sure it says no third party contact. Because if they start harassing you, you can't interact with them. But if they start harassing you on his behalf, that's a different story. Okay.
Right. And that's what the brother did today. That's what made me come down there, because just as soon as y'all gave the bun, he went to threatening me on the story. I have it right here. They probably done tried to take it down, but I already have it screen recorded right here in the phone.
Okay. Well, then bring our evidence, everything up to the courthouse, meet with the victim's advocate, and they can help you with a protective order against the brother, so he can't contact you anymore either.
Okay, well, just get everybody's name, because at the end of the day, they three got locked up.
So that's your mother. We're not talking to her. All right. Thank you, Mr. Guy, and Ms. Washington. Y'all go have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, so real quick before I give you guys my thoughts, does anybody know what this thing is in this lady's mouth? Like, I was staring at it the whole time. I've never seen anything like that before. It's not a pacifier. Like, I'm assuming it's some kind of breathing apparatus? Or I don't know. If anybody knows what that is, please drop me a line in the comments, because I have no idea. I've never seen anything like that before. But anyways, about the hearing, it sounds like the state is definitely going to file for more charges, for at least intimidation. But at the very least, I hope this the baby mama there gets the restraining order. They're definitely trying to spook her. I also think that the court should have tried a little harder to hear from the mom. It was clear she wanted to speak, and I don't know, it just kind of seemed like they were shooing her away and trying to just like, okay, well, we got all we need. Like, she was the actual victim of the car fire. I go back to, like, everybody's entitled to their day in court. If I was that mom and this dude burnt my car and I'm trying to log in to be heard, I'd be pretty pissed off. Like, it sounds like both of them, the daughter and the mother, were having trouble being heard, and that kind of makes me, like, raise my eyebrows a bit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they couldn't figure out the Zoom link, or maybe something nefarious is going on. I don't know. Who's to say? But it definitely, something didn't smell right. But, who knows what's going on behind the scenes. I know Judge Manning's on the up and up, so I'm sure whatever it is, there's probably a logical explanation for it. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully she moves on, gets the TPO, and, him and his family will leave that girl and her mom alone. Sounds like a bad situation all around, but yeah. There you have it. Okay, guys, we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.